I made it where you can rest, and I have these different areas based on where the party was going to rest in the role-playing game. Let's say, for example, they were going to rest in the hills. Then I would say how many hours or days. Let's just say 15 hours. And the party encountered a group of lions. So then that's when I'd kick it into the combat system. And we'd fight those. Of course, it looks like everybody's fully healed, so their hit points and stamina didn't go up, but Karos must have used up some magic points because he got 2 of them back. I made a buy and sell mechanism so that we could say, oh, for example, this item's 300 gold. Based on your charisma, then the storekeeper would, of course, change how much it would cost. And I built in this thing called haggle. And it's a good skill to have, especially for rogues. You'll notice since I haggled, the price just went up. Attempts to haggle. So, if you fail to haggle, the price will go up. If you're successful, it'll go down. And when I played with my friends, they would use this quite often because they had a good thief who could haggle pretty well. Same thing with selling. You just say how much it was worth. So the buyer would give Priam 120 gold. Failed to haggle again, there's only going to give you 108. Okay, enough of that. There was a built-in roll dice mechanism so that we didn't have to really roll dice. We'd say new set, 4 dice, number of sides 6, and then roll to get the results we want. Pretty simple. Had it where you can edit a character. And look at all the different things you could change. Pretty crazy. Condition. So I guess for condition I'd put like asleep or anything I wanted. Shows their current conditions. We'll say okay. Weapons. This is where we can add them all in. Items, projectiles. That's for missile weapons, of course. To increase the level, you just can do that. Get a list of spells. I had tons of spells in this role-playing system. I think I had 10 spell levels and then 4 primary types of casting. There's Psionic, Alchemist, Magician, and Priest. Kind of like Wizardry 6. So there's the spell name, how many magic points it takes, the level, the range, duration, how many targets it'll affect, or an area, the time it takes to cast it, and the type of resistance you need to resist it. And then here's the effect. This can cause up to 14 points of mental damage. And there's no armor bonus because it's a psionic spell. So he has Identify Monster, Clairaudience. This allows the caster to hear any sound within the range of spell. Locate Object. Mind Jab. You can just see that there's so many different types of spells. We had a lot of fun with this role-playing system. Shoot, who knows, maybe somebody watching this would want to revive this. It still runs. I'm running it on Windows Vista under a command prompt. At least this role-playing system. It's not an actual game. You'd have to do the role-playing yourself. The way resistances work is you just put in the value that you want, and that's your percent chance of resisting it. Certain types of spells or effects will either adjust it in a positive or negative fashion. For example, if there's a really powerful spell, it's probably going to lower your chance to resist. Now we'll show the combat system. This was pretty complicated, and I had quite a few bugs that I had to work out, but eventually I got it pretty dang solid. So the way it works is you have to initiate the monsters, and I do that ahead of time before I design the current adventure that they're going to do. So what I do is, you can see here's a list of all the monsters, and I can load monsters from files, so I can pre-save them. So anyway, we'll just say, give this a file name for the creature I'm going to create here. Let's make this a stone golem. Strength, okay. Let's run through these real quick. Speed, pretty low. Okay, this is its chance to hit. Let's say 60. Weapon type. I think I had this where you can just make it natural. Bonus damage. Okay. Based on the type of weapon it is. Let's say 15. Armor type, I don't know. Number of attacks, 1. Dodge, pretty dang low. Hit points, 350. Stamina, pretty much unlimited. Death resistance, 100%. Cold, well, it's made out of stone, so I'd say 100%. 95. Magic, 100. Stone, I'd say 100. Acid, okay, now this, let's make 50%. Poison, can't be poisoned. Immune to mental. This is the amount of experience for killing it. This would be quite high. Experience per hit point, okay. Now, in my system, you get base experience for killing it, but you also get experience for every hit point you take away. And the reason why I did that was, I always thought it was so cheap in a role-playing game when only the person who killed it got the experience for it. So I decided to also add in experience for hit points.